Hey, it's Sabrina. So today I'm sharing with you the Trick or Treat book tag. So basically this is just 7 questions that kind of surround the theme of Halloween. So let's just go ahead and get started. Do you like my Maleficent ears? Question 1. Your favorite magical series or book. And for me, the series is actually a trilogy, and it is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. It's magical because it involves magic, but it also has like steampunk and fantasy kind of woven throughout it, and it's like my favorite trilogy of all time. I love The Infernal Devices so much, so I would have to pick that. Number 2. Black Cat, the most superstitious story you've been told. So growing up in Texas, especially with the Latina and Latino culture, you hear a lot of stories, and one of the stories that my mom or my family would tell me a lot is the story of the Chupacabra, which is basically like the Mexican version of Bigfoot, and he's scary and he drinks your blood. He's kind of like a mix between a vampire and a Bigfoot. And he just kind of, he comes and gets kids who are disobedient to their parents. And one time my mom even claimed that she saw it. So that made it even more scary for me because I believed her. I'm not sure if she really thinks that she saw it or if she just said that to scare me. But that was the most scary story or the most superstitious story I've been told as a kid. Question number 3, Candy Corn, favorite child Halloween book. For me, that's a series, and it is of course Goosebumps. I think a lot of people are probably going to put this as their answer because anyone who's around my age, or maybe even younger, grew up reading Goosebumps, and I just really love that story. Halloween and has always been one of my favorite holidays ever. I think it is my favorite holiday ever for as long as I can remember. I love dressing up, and I love the scariness. I love scary movies, and I've always enjoyed like mystery thriller books my whole entire life, and so for me it would be Goosebumps. Question number 4, Pumpkin Spice, your favorite seasonal book. And for me, that is also another series, and it is a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. I grew up reading this. I feel like I mentioned it in a lot of my videos, but I like to read this around this time of year. Like pretty much from September through December, I like to go back and reread the books because that was my favorite series as a kid. It's not so much my favorite series anymore, but as a kid, I loved a series of unfortunate events. I just was so obsessed. I liked reading about the misfortune of other kids. I don't know, well, maybe I just have a dark side to me. Maybe that's why I'm a Slytherin. But I loved reading that, and I still like to read it around this time of year. Question number 5, Ghostly Ghouls, the scariest book you've read. So this is going to be kind of hard to explain. I don't have a title for this book, but where I live now in Utah, there's a story of a boy who committed suicide, and it really affected his family, and so some random author decided to go and write a book about this story that was completely false, and it was based off the fact that this kid wasn't a devil worshipping, and me and my husband decided to read it because obviously it was a book based about something that happened local, and we decided to read it, and it scared us so much that it was an ebook. We decided to delete it, and then after we deleted it, it was still showing up in our account, and it kept freaking us out because we're like, why does this not delete? And it was just so scary. I don't know what it was called, but if you're from this area, you probably know what I'm talking about. So that was the scariest book I've ever read, and I don't know what it was called, sorry. Book number 6 is Costume Party, your favorite book cover. And I'm assuming this is your favorite book cover for books that around this time of year. This isn't my favorite book of all time. This is just my favorite book cover for Halloween. And it is Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles. This is a bind up of 3 or 4 of the books in the series. And look at the pages. It's like gold. And I just love how this looks. It's so pretty, and I love this so much. So this is one of my favorite things to look at during this time of year. The last question number 7, is Truth or Dare. Tag a few people or recommend a book. I'm going to recommend a book, and it is going to be The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. If you haven't read that book, it's very fitting for this time of year because it is kind of like a weird kind of mystery slash thriller book. It's very weird. It's hard to explain, but if you haven't read it, I would go ahead and try it because it is so great. I love Neil Gaiman. And if you want to listen to the audiobook, he narrates his own book. So that is it for this tag. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to do this, go ahead and do the tag and let me know so I can go watch your video. That is it. I'll talk to you very soon, and thanks for watching.